Let me get a mic check. Let me get a mic check. Let me get a mic check. All right, one more mic check. Buenos tardes, Zane, peace. Let me get a mic check. All right, one more mic check. That should be good. Let's try this with the background noise. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. Elise Virenez. Okay, that's little past my knowledge. Right there, Zane. All right, so I believe we're here. Yep. Hola, Poetic Empress. I'm doing something different here. Why not? Spanish nouns, all right? So we're going through the basics from the beginning. And eventually we're gonna get there. Okay, so a noun is a word used to denote a person, place, thing, or idea. And I noticed that in order to learn Spanish, you need to have a good grasp of the English language, grammar. Okay. A person such as John, a girl, a dentist, a place such as a garden, a university, a place like Venezuela, a thing like a book, car, and tomato, an idea like liberty, despair, intelligence. Yeah, that's the background noise I got to deal with. In Spanish, all nouns, A-L-L, all nouns are either masculine or feminine. So, what is that called again? You see, I got the way to pronounce it. I forgot what that's called in the dictionary when they do it like that. Who can help me out? What is that called? Let me look this up real fast. I'll switch. Here we go. Look at the phonetic transcription of the word. So to find out how to say a word, look at the phonetic transcription of the word, which you can see right next to the word itself. Okay, so this is called the phonetic transcription. Okay, so I have the words and I made it easy. I read many Spanish books in my time. Never seen one that had the phonetic transcription next to the word to pronounce the word without any mistakes. Okay. So, and I have the diphthongs, that's later. So I did it this way to save time. So masculine, el chico, chico, you see the phonetic transcription. Okay. And la chica is the same thing like chico, just instead of O, ah. And then you notice for garden, el jardín, the J is an H sounding. And this one is tricky. La universidad. So the V is a soft B. Universidad. El libro, book. La revista. Wait, no, I said that wrong. La vista. There we go. Because the V is a soft B. La revista. El miedo. All right, and also I'm going high. Supposed to go low as you close out the word. La libertad. La libertad. La libertad. For liberty. The idea that nouns have gender seems perfectly natural when the noun stands for a living creature. This is because in English, living creatures often have different names depending upon whether they are male or female. Uh-oh. Masculine, man, feminine, woman. Masculine tiger, feminine tigress. Masculine aviator, feminine aviatrix. The following Spanish nouns, let me get rid of this floating media control. Okay, the following Spanish nouns all denote living creatures. El gato, male cat. La gata, female cat. So I'm going to just do a spoiler. When you're pronouncing something, a word that's masculine, you got to give the masculine article, definite article, which is el. Any feminine word, you got to provide the feminine definite article, which is la. And at the end of the nouns, the nouns is O for male. In most cases, A is for female. So L is the definite article for male nouns, La is for female nouns, and the O is male, and the A ending is female. So El gato, male cat, La gata, female cat. Just take out the O ending and add the A. El perro, male dog, La perra, female dog. So this things you just gotta remember. These are the rules. El chico, boy, La chica, girl. El abuelo, grandfather. La abuela, grandmother. How are all these masculine nouns alike? So I put this whole thing together. Okay. Who put this thing together? Me. That's who. I did it. El gato, el perro, el chico, el abuelo. Hint, look at the beginning and the ending of each line. How are these feminine nouns alike? Look at the beginning and ending of each line. La gata, same words, just the definite article, which is feminine noun, and the noun with the A at the end. La gata, la perra, la chica, la abuela. El and la both mean the. El chico, the boy, la chica, the girl. El perro, the male dog, la gata, the female cat. If you see a cat walking, a stray cat, I think it's safe just to call it gato, el gato. Okay, just be safe. How are all these feminine nouns alike? La gata, la perro, la chica, la abuela, of course, the definite article, and the ending A. How are all these masculine nouns alike? El gato, el perro, el chico, el abuelo. The definite article is EL, and the ending is O. Nouns that end in O are usually masculine. Nouns that end in A are usually feminine. All these gnats in the kitchen trying to get rid of these things. I got something that's supposed to work. I didn't catch one yet. But these gnats are ridiculous. These fruit flies, can't get rid of them. I thought they just go away. Shit, they just multiply like baby kids. Okay, so again, nouns that end in O are usually masculine. Nouns that end in A are usually feminine. Notice the word usually. There are exceptions to these two rules, and you will soon be learning them. One cannot predict the gender of a noun that stands for a non-living thing, non-living. Try to predict whether the Spanish words for the following things are masculine or feminine. A book, is that feminine or masculine? A house, masculine or feminine? Money, feminine or masculine? Window, masculine or feminine? You don't know, okay? So one cannot predict the gender of a noun except in the case of living creatures. Do not try to analyze the nature of the object looking for some inherent masculinity or femininity. It won't work. Actually, the word, so his case in point, actually the word for dress is a masculine word, el vestido, okay? Actually, the word for necktie is a feminine word, la corbata. See? So if you think, you look at dress, you think feminine. You look at necktie, you think masculine. The guys wear that and women wear dresses. Nope, wrong. When you learn a new noun, here's the point. Now, I don't know how this got, this will be gone. When you learn a new noun, you should learn its definite article, el, la. There are several reasons for this. So when you learn a new noun, you need to know its definite article because you cannot predict the gender of most nouns because not every noun that ends in O is masculine and not every noun that ends in A is feminine because many nouns end in letters other than O or A. It's another thing. Because the definite article el, la is your clue as to whether a noun is masculine or feminine. Masculine nouns that end in consonants often have a corresponding feminine form that ends in A. El profesor. I'm going to make that professor a woman. Take away the L, add the la, and at the end of profesor, add the A. So it'll go la profesora, el doctor, la doctora, el señor, la señora. So simple. Some nouns that refer to people use the same form for both masculine and feminine. These nouns indicate gender by the article el or la. So there's no changing in the end. There's no A or O. It's just what it is. Estudiante, if you want it to be a boy, el. Want it to be a girl, la. Estudiante. Pianist, el pianista. That's a boy. In those ends with an A. You gotta know that. La pianista. Artist, el artista. Woman, la artista. Nouns, so this is very important to remember. Nouns that end in scion, the scion, dad, tad, tud, hombre are feminine. So your television, la televisión, la decisión, la conversación, the conversation, la, the H is silent, la habitación, la ciudad, city, la universidad, la dificultad, la libertad, we learned that one earlier, la actitud, la gratitud, la certidumbre, la muchedumbre. So I'm probably butchering this, no problem. This is why I'm black. You gotta blackenize this stuff. Now you dig, we into that blackology, right? But we're gonna blackenize some of the Spanish pronunciations, things like that. Some nouns that end in A are masculine. So you always hear people say no problemo. Wrong. It's a. El problema. El telegrama. El programa. El mapa. El sistema. El poema. El día for day. El tema. El clima for climate. El idioma. El sofá. El planeta. Many nouns that end in ma are masculine. Notice that 8 of the 12 nouns listed in May. So run it back. So note that a few nouns that end in A are feminine, such as la cama and la pluma. Cama, I believe, is bed, and pluma is a pen. 4 of the nouns that end in A are simply exceptions and must be memorized. You got to memorize things. El día, that's the day. El día, el mapa, el planeta, el sofá. A few nouns that end in O are feminine. La mano, la radio, the radio. Cardinal numbers 1 through 10. Some of you guys know this without even knowing a lick of Spanish. You know this much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The number 1 changes from the uno to un before a masculine noun. So before a masculine noun, you go from un. There's no uno libro. It's un libro, 1 book. Well, you gonna do 1 dog, un, not uno pero, un pero, 1 dog, male, un hombre, 1 man. So this is for masculine nouns. The number 1 changes from uno to una before a feminine noun. Una pluma, una gata, so pluma is pen, gata is female cat, una chica, 1 girl. So, I mean, this is actually cool. If you want to learn different languages, this is pretty easy. It's actually cool learning this stuff too. When counting generically, 1, 2, 3, etc., use uno, but when counting, so uno, dos, tres, cuatro, success, but when counting specifically, 1 cat, 1 dog, use un or una. So un libro, how many books you got? Un libro. Una pluma. Uno, dos, tres. Plural forms of nouns, okay? If a noun ends in a vowel, make it plural by adding a simple S. Libro goes to libros. Pluma goes to plumas. Chico, chicos. Señora, señoras. Señora, señoras. So more than 1 woman. The definite article el and la also changes in the plural form and they become los and las. Got to remember this. Okay, so for us, if you say the dog or the dogs, same thing. But no, in Spanish, the definite article the changes to a plural form. So el libro, los libros, la pluma, las plumas, el chico, los chicos, la señora, las señoras. So forget to make the definite article plural. No problem again. Yeah, so no problem is a female word, feminine, a feminine word. So it's problema. So it's no problema. Go back up. Right there. So, oh, I'm sorry, it's masculine. My bad. Thank you, Poetic Empress. El problema. Yeah, oh, that's a good catch. That's a good catch. That's a good catch. So it's masculine, but you use the A. So it actually tricked me just now because I seen that I automatically assumed it was feminine. So that's a good catch. See, I even got caught out there. But that's how important it is to learn that not every word that ends with an A is feminine, and not every word that ends with an O is masculine. So it caught me out there. I forgot the L definite article is going to tell you what the word is. So the word itself that ends in an A or O, or no N, A or O, doesn't matter. It's the article, the definite article lets you know if the word is masculine and feminine. So the fact that it starts off with L, what it ends off with doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. So good catch. Good catch. Okay, so if a noun ends in a consonant, make it plural by adding es. So you got el borador, and you got los boradores. La universidad, las universidades. El profesor, los profesores. La ciudad, No, la ciudad, las ciudades. If a noun ends in ION, add ES and drop the written accent. Okay, so el avión, los aviones. And conversation, add the ES. So you got sección, la sección, las secciones, and television. We went over that. ES at the end of that. Yeah, exactly. So L, the word is masculine no matter the ending. It doesn't matter if it ends with an O or A, as you just seen. El problema, but the A is still masculine because the EL tells you the masculinity of the word. And the la tells you the femininity of the word. So la is feminine, always. L is always masculine. That never changes. The A and O changes, but not the EL and the LA rules. You may wonder why avian isn't feminine. Notice that doesn't qualify for our rule, which says that all nouns beginning in all nouns ending, not beginning, in sion and sion are feminine, not avian. If a noun ends in Z, add ES and change the Z to C. So go from el lápiz to los lápices. La voz to las voces, or voces with a soft B. El tapiz to los tapices. La actriz to las actrices. As a matter of fact, let me show you something real fast. Let me put that over there. So, because there are rules, not rules, there are tricks in Spanish that you will come across that's very, very important. So this is for Zane, and I don't know how far Poetic got in Spanish, but this will be for them. So people who went over this already, when I'm reading, if you're familiar with this, already read this, been there, done that, then this would be for you. Because there are some roadblocks in Spanish, and this in words, Spanish words, this be one of them. So it says por versus para. They both mean for, and it always confused me which one to use, para or por. Okay, for what? Por qué? For what? Okay, so what he was explaining that when you want to, if you're going to say this is for the car, that's para. So anytime you direct the for something, that's para. What he was saying. I got the red paint for the car, that'll be the para, not the por. Okay, so here, I didn't do that one yet, but let me go here. Let me go back. So this is a good, let me put this in the chat. This is a good playlist right here. This is very good. Because this is the shortcuts. That's the playlist for that. So let me show you what I mean. Let me go up. This is actually dope.
As Spanish Quickies Season 3 begins, yes.
So he speaks on Spanish cognates.
This is actually the third year I've been making these videos. I have to say, I'm feeling pretty good about things. I try not to focus on this stuff too much, but it's impossible.
So he's been who I've been watching lately. If I show you my email address, you'll see I got Spanish email from like 8 years ago. I started procrastinating. But I never like unsubscribed them. Okay, so here we go.
And that is a word that comes up from time to time in real life, so it's totally worth the 2 seconds it took you to learn. Cognates are kind of like free words. Now, some cognates are one-off cognates, like the word for hotel. In Spanish, the word for hotel is just hotel. El hotel. Same word exactly, but said in a Spanish way. Don't forget that H is silent. But hotel.
But this is like a quick shortcut to words. If you don't got time to like really be looking at verbs and nouns in these books, because they got a big verb book, got a big noun book, you know, you can like just go with the cognates, the Spanish cognates. They're similar to the English words. That's what he's getting at.
Hotel or hotel is just a one-off cognate. There are probably other words that resemble it, but there's no real pattern between hotel and many other words. But actor, the Spanish equivalent of actor, is different. That's part of a cognate group called the OR words that all share the same pattern. Most words in English that end in OR are exactly the same in Spanish. They follow the same pattern as actor and actor. For example, color is color, director is director, doctor is doctor. All OR words. It doesn't get simpler than that. Those are exact matches. But then there's something like this. Nation. The word for nation
tell you that all the OR words, or most of them, are the same exactly in Spanish. Spelled the same way, just add the EL. That was pretty dope. Did he say EL for all of them? So that's like masculine.
But actor, the Spanish equivalent of actor, is different. That's part of a cognate group called the OR words that all share the same pattern. Most words in English that end in OR are exactly the same in Spanish. They follow the same pattern as actor and actor. For example, color is color, director is director, doctor is doctor. All OR words. It doesn't get simpler than that. Those are exact matches. But then there's...
But did he say that? See, he's telling you his EL and his doctor, so that's common sense when you're reading and stuff. But I would like, if I was the teacher, I would like to express that. Like, listen, all these OR words are all masculine. I think that need to be said because it leaves a question in our heads. So this is why, if I could get up to stuff, I start teaching, I know the roadblocks, in advance, because that need to be said. Like, the OR words are all masculine. Because how do we know he's just doing the masculine ones and he didn't do the feminine ones? You dig? So we don't know that. But if he make an absolute statement, then we'll know.
Something like this. Nation. The word for nation in Spanish is nación. Same word basically, but not exactly.
So you take off the TIN, or actually you take off the T, and you add the C and replace it with the accent over the O.
In this case, the TION at the end of nation becomes a CIO.
There's a lot there. So I'm guessing that when you make this change, they're all gonna be feminine with a la. So nation, and you just said destination. No, you said designation. I guess you meant destination. I don't know, you meant destination?
N with an accent on the O to give you nación. So nation in Spanish is nación. La nación. It's feminine.
What about corporation? So is it corporación? Let's see. Look, now look, this is a good translator. Get this one, guys. Don't go to the Google one. Trust me, because this one, it gives you the phonetic. This is where I got the phonetic transcription from, this one. So this is SpanishDict.com. Spanish Dict, like dictionary. DICT.com. So I will go here and you could type a Spanish word or English word, it wouldn't even matter. It gives both. So let's say if you want to know what a car is in Spanish, you type in car and then you got it right here, el coche, and it's at the bottom. Oh, so you click the Spanish one. So right now it's telling you about car, English. You got to click the Spanish one, then it flips. This goes on top. So now you have
coche.
And she breaks it down.
Che.
See, that's dope. And then you have it right here. Go check. So I like this. So I would recommend. Let me put well, you guys can do it. SpanishDict.com. This is dope. And you see how I wanted to know how to say car in Spanish. Well, Hispanic can come to the same search bar if they want to know how to say pero, like how to say dog in English. They can type in pero, a masculine dog, and boom, there it is. And they can click dog and it goes to the top, and now you got this.
Dog.
And then they can come to the bottom and look for the phonetic transcription. It's kind of dope. All right, so where was I? Oh, I was here.
Are tons and tons of words in English.
You said para is the exactly. Yeah, right. It's the destination. Like, so I'm guessing you say this is for you. I'm guessing you say para. And I could play that one. Matter of fact, let me throw that one in the link. Put this link in the chat. Because believe me, you will want to know this. It's important. And this is one of my roadblocks back in the day. And believe me, 8 years ago when I was trying to find a difference, it wasn't this easy to find a video like this. It was hard, like because Spanish people really didn't understand. This guy, I believe his native language is actually English, so he understood some of the roadblocks. But the Spanish folks I was listening to, their native language was Spanish, right? So Espanol, so they didn't understand that we don't know the difference between por and para, and they couldn't really like explain it. It's like weird. It's like a chemistry teacher trying to explain beta decay and electron capture. It's like they don't get why a student gonna fumble that. So when I come across these roadblocks for myself, I note it, I document it. So when I go to teach this one day, hopefully, I know where your roadblocks are going to be already, because it was my roadblocks, and we're both normal. We're humans. We're competent. All right. So anyway, so let me go back to the lesson. So I just want to show you that this was cool. I sent the playlist inside the Swazi. You got it. Let's go back. All right, so the LGBTQIA community might not like this one. They're trying to take everything from he to she and make up some stuff. Well, in Spanish, not gonna like this. When the plural refers to two or more nouns of different genders, the masculine plural is used. Two peros plus 6 peras equals 8 peros, not peras. Okay, masculine takes over. Even if it's one masculine object, one gato or one masculine noun, one gato plus 8 gatas is still 9 gatos, you see? So the masculine is dominant in Spanish. A few nouns are compound nouns, that is, they are formed by combining 2 words into one. Example, abre latas, open plus cans, can opener. These compound nouns are always masculine, and the plural is formed by changing the L to los. That's it, just the article. El abre latas, los abre latas. El paraguas, los paraguas. Definite and indefinite articles, part 1. The difference between definite articles and indefinite articles can be observed in the following 2 sentences. Give me the chocolate chip cookie, right? Give me a cookie, please. There's a big difference. Imagine a plate full of cookies. There are peanut butter cookies, sugar cookies, my favorite, gingerbread cookies, and 1 chocolate chip cookie. The first sentence speaks of a particular or definite cookie. Give me the chocolate chip cookie. Definite one in your mind. Okay. The second sentence speaks of any number of cookies or an indefinite cookie. Give me a cookie, please. So if you find a plate full of gingerbread cookies, sugar cookies, chocolate chip, peanut butter, and I just say, give me a cookie, I really don't care which one you give me. Any, mini, money, mo. But if I say, give me the cookie, it's definitely going to be one in my mind. And you got to ask me which one, I'm going to say the sugar. The difference between the definite and indefinite articles is the difference between talking about a specific cookie or any old cookie at all. The cookie, a cookie. In English, the definite article is the word the, regardless of whether the noun it introduces is singular or plural. The cookie, the cookies. All right. So let me change it real fast. Let me just put something on in the background. Start changing. Let me see what I got here. What do I got here? Okay.
I know you hate me.
And that one we already seen. Hold on. I had another one. It's kind of funny. Anyway, can't find it. I'll check this out until I find it.
Can I explain something to you?
Enlighten me.
Okay, I was accused of sexually abusing 2 little girls, okay? And I never did it.
Call the fucking police.
I never did it.
Call the fucking police. You didn't do it.
Remember it?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
How's it going, bud? How's it going, bud?
How you doing?
Good. Who are you here to meet?
Nobody.
Who are you here to meet, brother?
Nobody.
Do you want me to call the police or you want to talk to me? I'm recording for your safety and mine. It doesn't have to go this far. I can call the police. Or we can.
For what?
Who are you here to meet, bud?
Nobody.
I got your picture. Do you want to talk to me or do you want me to call the police?
Do you have any questions?
I do. I do. I want to know why you just walked up to that girl sitting in the spot with your picture right here.
I didn't.
Listen, man, there's a police officer sitting right up there. I can call and have him come over, or we can just make sure that you're not out here meeting little kids, man. That's all I want to do. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm trying to protect little kids.
So you're trying to help her? You're trying to help her? We're not here to hurt you. So you're trying to help her. So you're on the same team as me then?
Yeah.
Okay, well, why did you say you were gonna do some sexual things with her? And why were you being so creepy to where she had to actually go to that spot? If you were trying to save her, you wouldn't have been so sneaky, right? I'm just asking you, man. If you're really trying to help the kids, congratulations. That's what we're doing, man, all right? But
glad.
You're what?
I want to join your team.
You want to join? Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that. Why are you being so sneaky about it?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Okay, can we go sit over here and talk? Can we go sit and talk?
Is there anyone I can really protect?
I mean, yeah, you were just gonna walk up to this little 13-year-old girl real quick. You know what I mean? And then why weren't you answering the phone right now? If you were trying to help, why'd you do it so sneaky? Do you see what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Why'd you do it so sneaky? Man, I'm trying to find out where you're at with this. I'm trying to find out if I call the cops or not. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I call the cops, you go to jail. It's straight up that truth. But if you're not out here trying to do bad things, or you're a little more accountable, then this doesn't have to go that far.
Yeah.
But you were sneaky as fuck, bro. You walked up to her and you wanted to make sure it was her, but you wouldn't answer your phone or you wouldn't answer the text. Did you leave your phone back at the work or something? Or?
No.
So why weren't you answering? If you're here to help a girl, then I appreciate that. I'm recording for your safety and mine, okay?
That's good.
But you talked super sexual. You wanted to make out with her, right? Is that helping a girl by making out with her? You said you fell madly in love with her. You didn't say that? I mean, maybe you did it the wrong way. You know what I mean? Maybe you did it the wrong way. But did you say you wanted to make out with her? Did you say that? Do you realize I have all the chat logs here, bud? From start to finish. Do you understand that? I got your picture that you sent, okay?
So, I mean, do you hear what I'm saying?
I don't. You're not talking. That's what I don't understand.
Because that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So, in my mind, there's a 13-year-old girl out there that needs
There's a lot
a
of
father.
Okay.
Really.
Okay.
And so, you know, I know what it's like to be that age, going through hell.
Yeah.
And, if there's anything I can do to help.
Okay.
And
So more like a father figure type thing?
Figure, exactly.
Okay.
That's it.
Do you have any daughters?
So, no.
So you don't even, do you have any sons?
Nope.
Do you have a wife?
Nope.
Husband? Girlfriend? You never know. You never know these days, right? It's 2022. Okay, so, but would you kiss your daughter if you had a daughter?
No.
Then
Well, I mean,
why'd you
kiss
say?
her as a daughter.
Right, but you wanted to make out with this one. Kiss below the lips. Kiss her on her other lips. Do you see what I'm saying? That doesn't, I'm trying to connect. There's three ways this can go, man. You were trying to help her and everything's all good.
Exactly.
You admit that you fucked up and everything's all good. Or I call the police and they just take the binder and they do what they do. You know what I mean? Dude, that was creepy. You wouldn't tell,
No, I
you
assume
wouldn't,
that wasn't her.
well, why'd you walk up to check?
I didn't.
You did.
I just looked over the
Oh, dude,
barrel.
I got the whole recording. You walked and you looked at her. We recorded the whole thing, man. We have 2 cameras sitting right there. So just so you know, we planned on this. You walked from over there.
I mean, I assume that wasn't her.
But you were double checking. Am I right? Can we get in the shade, man? Can we stand in the shade, please?
Well, I gotta go. but,
I mean, all right. Well, then we'll just call the police then.
Go to jail?
Let's go to jail then. Let's. If we can't talk to you, I'm not law enforcement, and you can leave.
You can talk to me.
Well, can we go in the shade because it's fucking
Whatever
hot?
questions you
Thanks.
got.
All right, cool. I appreciate that.
I mean,
Just how
I
sneaky.
think I appreciate what you guys are doing.
I hope so.
Because I think we're on the same team.
I don't try to kiss 13-year-olds. We do. We
You
do.
don't have to hunt children to get on our team.
You have a group.
Yeah, it's Colorado PED Patrol. It's an online organization that catches pedophiles, people that want to kiss or have sex. Do you have a condom in your pocket?
I always keep a condom.
Oh, he's got a condom in his pocket. Come on, man. So you were gonna father figure her with a condom in your pocket. How many condoms did you bring?
I had no intention of doing that.
Well, you were gonna kiss and make out with her, correct? I just want to be in the shade, man. It's fucking hot. Honest to God, that cop right there left, and you're lucky because we didn't call the police. But I'm gonna call the police if you're gonna act stupid. I do want to go over these
I'm
chat
not
logs.
acting stupid.
You're saying you were
just
here to
trying
help this child, man.
Yeah.
There's an officer in the parking lot, actually.
Actually, no, he left.
He's not with us, but he's
He
just
drove
sitting there,
off.
so it probably wouldn't take long.
Oh, he is
Are
still
you
over there.
guys, well,
Go ahead, ask your questions.
you
Let's-
guys are on Telegram, I assume.
Telegram, yes,
Yeah.
yes. There are 13-year-olds out there, okay? That's my wife. She's not 13. She sat out here because you were being sneaky, man. Again, if you were trying to help her, you weren't answering your phone no more, and you weren't
You're
texting.
making accusations. You're making
Okay,
accusations.
let's talk about facts. Let's talk about facts. Let's talk about facts. Did you say you fell in love with a 13-year-old?
I did claim that in.
Okay. So I'm just gonna bring facts, okay? Because I don't know how sneaky you were being. Good morning, my love. You said you were 17 at first, right? You said you were 17. Oh yeah, sneaky little one. And he's got a condom in his pocket, but he was gonna be a father figure to her.
Did you ask a 13-year-old how long until
Is that
she
not on?
would be your girlfriend?
That's how I knew you guys were over here.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, you said
Something like that.
you said. And then
Well, and so let me. I mean, you know,
Let's back
like
up,
you
okay.
guys know the history, right?
okay.
So, you know, really, what if this scenario was real, which obviously was fake?
Okay.
To think there's a 13-year-old girl out there putting herself at risk like that, especially on like Telegram, that's not safe.
Not at all.
That's not okay.
Not at all. Why'd you call
So
the police?
anything I can do, call the police on a 13-year-old girl.
How many children are you helping in this way?
Yeah, true.
Just this not person that doesn't exist.
Oh no, the person exists. The person exists. We got these chat logs about 19 days ago. You've been talking to this person for 40 days. We took over after you were in love, after you asked her to come to your work and sit on your lap, after you told her you wanted to kiss her on her lips, not the lips. So we found this. There's real 13-year-old, but we're not going to allow her to come here,
Good.
right? Because that's the
Good.
safety. But who gives you the right to come out here and it's still not working? Just
Well, so
restart it?
that's
Just
my
restart it?
goal is to,
on, like,
or that would have been my goal, you know, was my goal to get her off of Telegram, because putting herself out there like that
was completely.
is not safe.
Okay.
What's not safe?
Putting yourself out on Telegram like that?
I get that's not safe, but is it safe for you to come save her and then talk sexual to her and bring a condom in your pocket, and the way you did it was super sketchy? You don't agree with that? Do you think maybe you went about it wrong to help this girl?
I don't think it's the right way or the best way, but I think that, well, I just don't know of another way in that scenario.
Well,
You
she
know,
was
I
going to
mean, I
meet
guess
you.
I
Why
guess
were
you would suggest call the police.
Or if you were really, absolutely, because do you know meeting a 13-year-old offline, no matter what intentions you have, is luring of a minor? It's a class 4 felony in the state of Colorado. Do you know talking sexual to them with no meetings, a class 3 felony? Sexual exploitation of a minor, class 3 felony.
I would believe that.
I mean, so you've committed 2 felonies. Just what I said. You actually committed a total of 3. So you trying to save this child, as you say you were trying to do, you put yourself in harm's way of committing several felonies. Do you see what I'm saying? And you talked sexual.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying is, essentially, I risk myself
Yeah.
to try and help.
That's what I'm saying.
a person.
If that's really what you were doing,
you're telling
but
me.
somebody
I agree.
trying to,
Yes, I did.
but somebody trying to save a child wouldn't say, "I want to make out with you. I want to kiss all over your body. I want to kiss your lips." Oh, my lips, not those lips. The lips under. And I can't talk about this or put it in writing until we meet in person. Why? Because it's against the law. But you were halfway smart, halfway not. And then the way you were here, how you showed up was super sketchy. We were getting ready to drive off because we texted you. I don't know if you saw the message that, hey, we're not going to walk over there if you're not here. And I just told my wife, I'm like, you know what? Just go sit there. Let's see if this creep comes out of the woodworks. And as soon as she came out, bro, here you come. Fucking walked. She's sitting there. You walked right up to her. You looked over here, and then you started to walk. When I called your name, which your name's not Eddie. Are you on the registry?
I'm back.
Have you been arrested for this before?
No.
Not yet.
This commercial. Okay, so during the actual Spanish video, I'm gonna edit that part out. You dig? All right, let's get back to business. That won't be part of the original video. For those who want to check this out. I want to learn Spanish, Italian, Swahili, and some other languages, but those are the main ones I know. A tiny bit of Igbo. Oh, really? For me, Yoruba. For me, Swahili, Spanish, and either a Japanese language, or Manchurian, which is a Chinese language. So that's where I want to go with it. I want to go Spanish, Swahili, or an African language, like a popular one. I want to know a popular African language, like with a whole bunch of Africans, speak. So Spanish, a popular African language, or the easiest one. I'll take either one. The most popular or the easiest one to learn. And Manchurian or a Japanese language. And then if I can't do that, an Indian language, Hindi, because Hindi is the country's language, like national language. They have Gujarati, have side languages after that. So 2 Indian people can communicate speaking Hindi, but when they go into their private, community dialects, whatever it's called, they won't know what each other's talking about. So to let you know, Hindi is the national language. I think all parts of India need to learn that by law, and it's only a few that don't have to. But they have their separate languages that they don't know each other talking about. You need to know. I think Gujarati is one. There are other Indian languages that they have no idea what each other's talking about, but they have a national language. In America, Black's national language would be American, but we need a side language. Side, not sign, side language. And I say, if somebody know how to teach Swahili very easily, where we all can learn, it won't take too much time, just go with that. If somebody can teach French, it don't take that much time. Creole, it'll take too much time, just go with that. But we can teach Spanish, it don't take that much time, just go with that. But we need a second language. We cannot throw all our eggs in the basket with English. We just can't do it. All right, so anyway, that's just my opinion. So the difference between the definite and indefinite articles is the difference between talking about a specific cookie or any old cookie at all. The cookie, a cookie. In English, let me hide this floating control. Okay, in English, the definite article is the word the, regardless of whether the noun it introduces is singular or plural. In Spanish, the definite article has 4 forms, depending on whether the noun is masculine, feminine, singular, or plural. El gato, the male cat, los gatos, the male cats. La gata, the female cat, las gatas, the female cats. Note, the masculine, plural, definite, and indefinite articles, los unos, are also used to indicate a group of mixed sex. Thus, los gatos could refer to a group of 10 male cats, or it could refer to a group of 9 female cats and one male cat. The 4 forms of the definite article are el, masculine singular, la, feminine singular, los, masculine plural, las, feminine plural. In English, the definite article is the word a, and, or some. A cookie, an apple, some books. So it corrects you about English too. So you learn more about your English grammar, learning Spanish. I like that about this. In Spanish, the indefinite article has 4 forms, depending on whether the noun is masculine, feminine, singular, or plural. Un gato, a male cat. Unos gatos, some male cats. See, it's not specific. Una gata, a female cat. Unas gatas, some female cats. The 4 forms of the indefinite article, un, masculine singular, una, feminine singular, unos, masculine plural, unas, feminine plural. Here are the definite and indefinite articles together. El, un, masculine singular, la, una, feminine singular, los unos, masculine plural, las unas, feminine plural. Each of the following has a different meaning. El gato, the male cat, los gatos, the male cats, or a mixed group. La gata, at least one male is involved. La gata, the female cat, las gatas, the female cats. Un gato, a male cat, unos gatos, some male cats, or a mixed group. Una gata, a female cat, unas gatas, some female cats. I hope I ain't. Okay, cool. Thought it was a duplicate. Un and uno. Un and una can mean one, a, or an. Un libro, one book, a book. Una pluma, one pen, a pen. Una manzana, one apple, an apple. The firm form I, right there. I. Okay, so here we go. We're going to the verbs. The verb form I. The verb form I has two meanings. There is, there are. So look, and that's based off context. A lot of Spanish is based off context. I wish English was based off context because we be all out of context when we talk. I mean, I'm clearly talking about something headed to a direction and my friend can't catch it. Or a stranger is totally lost or say something stupid like, yo, that's not where I was going. So in Spanish, they don't have that problem, right? I is there is and there are. So there's no way to say there is many cats. It's impossible because when you use I and you use the plural form of cats, it's going to automatically, the listener is going to automatically assume you're saying there are out of that I. And if you say there is a cat, or if you say I cat, he or she's going to automatically assume you're talking about there is, not there are. There are one cat. She know you're not saying that. She know you're saying there is one cat. So it matches. That's dope about Spanish. The context. Hay muchos libros en la biblioteca. There are many books in the library. Hay un libro encima de la mesa. There is a book on the table. Más ejemplos. I don't know how to say that. And I should have made up something for that. Matter of fact, it ain't too late. It might be. Hold on. I forgot I know a little bit of Arabic. Damn. Poetic. All right. Examples. I'm like a perfectionist. I want to know, like Whitney Houston, I want to know examples. So I got to get this down. Here we go. Maybe later.
Ejemplo. Ejemplo.
Okay, so that's how you say examples. Ejemplos. Ejemplos. All right, so let's go back. Let me fix that. I'll make that mistake again. If I actually make a packet out of this and actually teach this for real. Ejemplo. Oh, I gotta add the S. Ejemplos. See, I make these myself. All this right here is copy paste, and it takes a long time. Anyway, more examples. Hay dos baños en mi casa. There are two baths in my house. There is, or there gotta be there are, because this is plural. There are two bathrooms in mi casa. There is this, there are cuatro oceans, océanos en el mundo. There are 4 oceans in the world. Hay un libro y una pluma en la mesa, table. There is one book and one pen on the table. There is, don't forget, this means there is, or there is un, before noun is one, book, is and, una, again, before a noun is one, pen. So there is one book and one pen. En is on, en la mesa, on the table. Because mesa is a table. La lets you know that it's feminine. So on the table. Or there is a book and a pen on the table. So it's either there's one book and one pen on the table. This is how it's translated to the receiver. Or there is a book and a pen on the table. When used in questions, I has 2 different meanings. Is there? Are there? Ejemplos. Hay un hotel en el centro. Is there a hotel downtown? And centro means center. The center just is the center, like a downtown center is where people shop at. Hay algunos libros por aquí. Are there any books around here? Más ejemplos. Hay muchos estudiantes en la clase. Are there lots of students in the class? When you ask a question, you want to make it different from a statement. So you don't want to say hay muchos because you're telling them there are lots of students in class. So you're telling them instead of asking. So when you ask it, you gotta say hay muchos estudiantes en la clase. It's like you like you kind of like your tone pausing, that type of less the recipient knows you're not telling them about the class, you're asking about the class. Hay cuartos, sillas en el cuarto. Are there 4 chairs in the room? Hay una chica o dos. Is there 1 girl or 2? The verb form I can also be used to answer questions. Okay. Hay un hotel en el centro. Is there a hotel downtown? Sí, hay. So yes, there is. Hay algunos libros por aquí. Are there any books around here? No, there aren't. All right, subject pronouns. I guess you do this real fast. Subject pronouns. Okay, so before we get to subject pronouns, let's know what a verb is. A verb is an action word. Run, sit, eat, sink, swim, study. In Spanish makes you respect verbs, all right? The main form of a verb is called the infinitive. In English, infinitives include the word to. So when I said run, sit, eat, sink, swim, study, it's actually to run, the infinitive verb. To run, to sit, to eat, to sink, to swim, to study. The infinitive is the pure form of a verb. And I ain't know anything about this until I studied Spanish. Now, I'm sure I was probably taught this in English in high school. I just one ear out the other. But when I learned Spanish, I learned about all this stuff all over again. Like, oh, okay, I get it now. The infinitive, I would have never known what the hell that meant. The infinitive is the pure form of a verb. The infinitive is like a lump of clay that can be molded to match the subject of the sentence it is used in. I speak, you speak, he, she speaks, we speak, you all speak, they speak. And again, I don't use the Spain subject pronouns. I don't do the vosotros and all that type of stuff. I don't do that because I'm learning and I'm going to teach Latin America Spanish. We'll be speaking America in this country. Note, the above forms are called conjugations of the infinitive to speak. So you're gonna learn how to conjugate verbs. This is actually dope when you learn this. Regarding the form you all, this usage is not considered to be standard English. You all is not standard English. You didn't know that. In standard English, the same word is used for both the singular you and the plural you. So you is a singular and plural noun. So when we're talking and we say you and the person we are talking to, of course, context, they're gonna look at like nobody else around. He's talking to me. It's like, don't forget, you is also a plural noun. Anyway, let's move on. That is, each of the following is correct. You have a tail light out, ma'am. You have soccer practice at 4. So you could be, so when you say you have a tail out, when you say you have a tail light out, ma'am, you're speaking to her only. When you say you kids, or not even the word kids, let's omit that. When you say you have soccer practice at 4, that you could be used to talk to many people at one time. In the first sentence, I did this right here, yay. In the first sentence, you refers to the singular ma'am. In the second sentence, you refers to the plural kids. To avoid confusion between you singular and you plural, we employ the non-standard English usage you all to indicate you plural. This will be very beneficial to y'all, particularly at the beginning of your studies. The words I, you, he, she, we, you all, and they are called subject pronouns. All right, subject pronouns they're called. Subject pronouns, keep that in mind. Spanish has corresponding subject pronouns. Here's a list of the English subject pronouns and their Spanish equivalents. Now, I did this whole thing before with this format right here, Word. But the problem is when I got to type it in myself, I was forgetting the accent over the letter, over the vowel. I was, in some case, the letter. I was doing typos and I will print it out and learn it later. So this time around, I said, I'm going to just screenshot this thing to death. And that's why you see the tan. That's not me. This is me down here. So yo, Spanish is for I, yo. Usted is you, okay? Second person, usted. So at the bottom, the phonetic transcript, usted. Él, ella, él is he, él, he, also él is the definite article. In the definite article for the, but with the accent over E, you emphasize the E a little more. Like, so L, like el cat, el gato, but when you say L for he, is stressed a little more, like el. And that's how they know you're talking about a person and not the definite article the. Ella, nosotros, and you got nosotras. So nosotros is we, including, it could be all men or all boys, and it could be also including some women, some girls. And then nosotras is only involving females, women, girls. They, ellos, male or one female or many females with the male, a mixed group. Mixed group, I'm just saying mixed group. Ellas, all females. You, tú. So that there's two different tús. So you got the accent there, just gotta be stressed. Tú, okay? Spanish has a formal and informal form of the word you. Usted is more formal and is generally used to express respect. Tú is more familiar and is used among friends, co-workers, relatives, or when addressing your child. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you know Hispanic people, they're saying tú, they're not really saying usted like that. So speaking to your boss, usted, so at work, you might want to say usted. Speaking to your daughter, tú. Speaking to your teacher, usted. Speaking to your friend, tú, again. So again, but most people, at least in Latin and the Spanish in America, they say tú a lot. You don't hear usted too much. Unless, like you said, talking to like an elder, teacher, boss, out of respect, you might do that. Note, the above forms are called conjugations of the infinitive to speak. Regarding the form you all, this usage is not considered to be standard English, and standard English, the same word is used for both the singular and the plural you. So you read that. That's like a duplicate. I might gotta get that out of there. Or it just, this might be just reminding you. Okay, nah, I think it's a duplicate. Let me get that out of there. So usted, you formal, tú, you informal, somebody familiar to you. Okay, so a stranger, boss, teacher, elder, you're gonna say usted. Somebody's like your peer or somebody younger than you, you can say tú. Note, usted can be abbreviated as usted, like UD, period. Ustedes can be abbreviated UDS, period. Ustedes, okay? So, you can't even speak English. How you gonna speak Spanish? Knock it. How you gonna speak Spanish? You can't even speak English. Come on. You still cooing. You speak coo. You dig? What? You can't learn. This isn't for you, okay? All right. Oh, let me take this. Okay. All right. Let me take this shirt off. I'm learning. When he eats, you gotta take his clothes off. He'll ruin everything. I gotta take my clothes off too. I gotta put on some casual, garbage clothes. There's food all over me. All right. So nosotros, we, masculine or mixed group. Nosotras, we, feminine only. Feminine group only. The same idea applies to the English word they. Ellos, they, masculine or mixed group. Ellas, they, feminine group only. Singular, yo, I, tú, él, ella, usted. Okay, yo is I, tú is you, familiar. Él is he, ella is she, usted is you. Right? That's the formal way of saying you. So you, usted and tú, the same word. Just that one is more respectful and the other one is more like familiar friendship stuff. Plural, nosotros. Okay. We, masculine or mixed gender. Nosotras, we, feminine. Ellos, we went over this. Oh, no, it's just the plural. Ellos, I did el, I did el, I did ella. So this is the plural. Okay, so ellos is now they, masculine or mixed group. Ellas, they, feminine group. Ustedes is the you all. Remember, you in the plural sense, the plural noun, you all. Ustedes, you all. Formal in Spain, formal and familiar in Latin America. So we say ustedes when you're talking about you to a bunch of people in front of you. So if you're giving a speech in your audience, your listening audience, you want to direct something to them, you're going to say ustedes. Okay, so I think I'm going to end. I'm going to stop right there. Let me read the comment, then we out of here. Because the conjugation, I'm going to get to this later. That's going to be kind of tricky. So let me see what's going on. Hey, I forgot. Donde están todo la blanca? Con tu culo espitoso. Tu means you're also. Yeah. There you go. Right, possessive, the possessive noun. Yeah, I forgot temporary. Thank you. Indigenous black man, tu. I couldn't remember the other form of tu. So tu is you, friendship, familiar, informal. And I forgot that tu is also a possessive noun. It means your, and tus mean yours, something like that. But we'll get to that. Thank you with that. Little man's helping. Yeah, so anyway, this is part 1. I'll get better. So I'm going to go into the verbs. What was that? What did it say just now? What did it say? Right here. Yeah, so we're going to go into regular Spanish verbs later. And it is just, you miss, I'll chop through your alley-oop. Because the sex trafficking, child trafficking thing is real. It just you gotta have real information. Stop making everything pseudo. Just go with the real information. Don't connect no dots. You ain't gotta do all that. The dots are already connected for you. And let me give you an example. You dig? This is a alleged sex predator right here looking to meet an underage minor, 13, 14 years old. In some cases, 11 and 12.
Okay, can't video, can't send pics.
So, I mean, like, there's so many guys like him that catch them. There's so many people out here. It's like kind of like the new wave. And there's so many people getting caught. So many people. So this is a really big thing, man. Really big thing. They trade child porn. They do all that. So it is a big ring. Again, it's a big, rink, but you have to use correct information. None of that pseudo stuff. None of that conspiracy theory stuff. Just go with the action. He's showing you, he caught somebody, go with that video. And talk about how this is happening too often in white America specifically. And damn near exclusively. But the connecting dot stuff, you don't got to connect dots. It's not for you. Let the FBI, let the local law enforcement, let those people connect dots. You just read the